Are all influencers really building something of their own or just sharing what others created? Owning a product versus managing an agency makes all the difference. And I really want to know what you think at the end. So, I had a conversation with a friend the other day, and he was telling me, he said to me, I feel like influencers are just salespeople. And I kind of agree, but also disagree with him because, yeah, I see where he's coming from. Like, more influencers are selling products. I also see them as promoters. You can call them as promoters as well. But he said to me, like, I don't think that influencers can call themselves entrepreneurs. So, you see, again, I kind of agree, but also don't agree with what he was saying. So, for example, let's talk about entrepreneurs, right? An entrepreneur, let's say before social media. Right now, social media, it's all about the founder, how the founder is building the brand and who is behind the brand. It's more about the person behind. That's what everyone is calling it, like the personal branding. And then, of course, it's the product itself, right? So an entrepreneur either has a product to sell or a service to sell, whatever it is, like they have to create it themselves, and then they go to the market and sell it, and then they get influencers to help them with brand awareness, with sales, with all that kind of stuff. But now everything changed, right? Now it's like, I feel like I said before, it's like all about the person. Do I see an influencer being an entrepreneur? I'm struggling with that because I think yes as well, because yes, they're promoting other brands, but they are doing their own timing. Maybe you can call them also freelancers. I don't know. But I feel like as an influencer as well, like you have to put the work, like you have to edit everything, you have to film everything, you have to reach out to the brand, you have to record everything, and you have your own times, you travel, you put money, you invest. So I would in a way say that influencers in some way are entrepreneurs, but I gotta say this. The new entrepreneurs are the ones who really know how to master two things. Number one is your personal brand, social media, and the other one is how to manufacture, how to create products or the service, right? Because nowadays, I'm gonna put it out there. You have to be careful with, because there's a lot of, okay, how do I explain it? So, because of social media, and if you know how to work it, and if you know how to use it in your advantage, there's a lot of people out there who manipulate and abuse that. And because of that, because they figured it out, now they're selling you like their service, right? On how you become this and how you gain all these followers. So these people are now entrepreneurs. Yes, there's a lot of fake ones out there, and you have to be very careful and really do your research and look at the reviews and reach out to people who work with these people. But I do believe that if you were first an influencer and you promoted other brands or other services, you have your following, and now you create something on your own, I will call you an entrepreneur. But if you're not there yet, it's still and I know it's so weird for me to explain it, but in a way, like I said before, like, yes, you are an entrepreneur, but not like full on entrepreneur, if that makes sense. I don't know. You guys can tell me yourself, like, what you really think about that. But if you are smart enough, smarter than I am, because I remember I had a kind of like I work with this person and she was helping me with the branding for my brand. But she always would say to me, like 8 years ago, she would say to me, make sure you also build your own brand, like your personal brand. And I never understood what it means. I was like, because I still came from the old school mentality. It's like no one cares about me. They should be caring about the product, who is representing the product, like the models and all that. Like I still had a kind of like a old school mentality, and of course now it's switched. But because I didn't listen to her, I'm just now 8 years or 7 years later working on my personal brand. So to all the influencers out there, what's so important, no one cares if they think you're an entrepreneur or not. Stay in your lane, go for it. If you already know that one day you want to have your own company, your own brand, your own service, focus right now on building your own personal brand, build your following, and if you can, work with as many other brands as you can, and not in that way of like just getting their product, you promoting it and getting paid. If you somehow can manage to get to know the team, to get to know the owner, so as much as you can be around founders that align with who you are and how you think, I promise you, like you will be one of the top entrepreneurs there is. Right now, I don't think that we have to really put any creators into any label, because it really doesn't matter. As long as you're happy what you're doing, you're able to pay your bills, you stay true to yourself, and you're not a sellout. And what I mean with that, it's becoming easier and easier to become an influencer, right? And there's so many brands out there. But what happens right now, there's a shift that people can see and feel if you're a phony person. And if it's for you, it's all about making money. And if this is what you only care about, be straight up. I can tell you, if I watch you and I know you're all about the money, I will respect you more than if you would lie. So be aligned with who you are, be straightforward. Like, I don't call myself an influencer, but I still need to create my own branding, my personal branding. So is that making me an influencer for my own brand? Probably yes. So I feel like we are in this, it's not black and white anymore. You know what I mean? It's literally like this gray area, and I feel like whatever floats your boat. Okay? At the end of the day, whatever you feel like you want to call yourself, own it, be it. So yeah, that's all I want to say for today.